Man, I haven't uploaded lately. Just wanted to mention I got this Nokia thing. Wanted to make the short review. Well, at least a praise on it. I'm not a fanboy, brand fanboy. I'm not really a brand fanboy. I don't have fucking old school ass Nokias laying around my stuff. I'm not a fanboy. I'm not a Nokia fanboy, but I really like this phone because one, it doesn't have a notch, though the glass protector looks like a notch, but it's an actual functioning notch because it's a piece of touch screen there, and you have your real state of a screen like it should be. I have a fingerprint scanner, which is not the best thing in the world, but gets the job done. Get unlimited data on my third world shithole, enslaved by AT&T carrier, which is nice because it's like 50 Americano cents daily for unlimited data, and which is throttled, but it's okay. You get the point. Um, the camera, it's well, it has the old Nokia branding, like, oh, you have a see subjects in your smartphone, so you have a professional camera in your pocket. Yeah, and oh, what else? I wanted to praise this thing because I was riding my bike earlier today, and as you can see, it's a Peugeot, and I have my fancy smashy zip tied case with right there. I hit a pothole. I'm not sure they're trying this shit. Um, I get it. I got a rubber band at the end, so it wouldn't fall again. But it fell not one, not two, three times to solid pavement at 28 miles per hour, three times, two face on and one in the back. Which you can see the big thing that I got, the rocky floor, which is something that, well, at least it's on sturdy hard metal, because in other phones like the iPhones, when they fall and they fall on the rocks, they get like bulge inside, and your battery is punctured, and your motherboard is has some micrometric scale flexion, which on Saturday sees, and then you have to take your Fancies Micey and $100 iPhone to a tech so it can solder the sandwich again, and charge you like $200 for your mistakes. Meanwhile, Nokia, which is not owned by Nokia. At least it's not owned by Alcatel, like freaking BlackBerry, which is a dumpster fire. BlackBerry is the total dumpster fire in 2020. Even though they went the Android way, it was a little bit too late. At least we have. I haven't received the Android 10 update because I don't know. Maybe my third world shithole carrier has not got the provisionment, but I had no time lately on. I didn't have a good USB-C cable. All my USB-Cs, I tend to lend them and lose them because everyone has USB 2.0, because I'm in a third world shithole. Nobody could lend me a freaking charger. So I got my new charger today. I don't have a PC right now with me, but I'm gonna try to update this freaking thing to Android 10, and keep rolling around with it uh, until it really takes a hit and breaks or something happens. What worries me is that it doesn't have water resistance like IP rating or something. And here in my city, it tends to rain a lot. And if I'm gonna mount it this way, it's gonna get wet eventually. So yeah, I don't think that you can see that the infrared thing flashing there the way. The Honor 5X camera is still quite good in 2020, which is the phone we're trying recording with. So yeah, And that's it. I think that's it. It's a pretty great phone. 2 years old, still updated. Um, though I couldn't root it or unlock the bootloader, they are like the same stance like Huawei that the Nokia used to. Oh yeah, you want to style the Cyanogen thing, lineage, Android, Linux thing in your phone? Yeah, go on. They provided you the unlock method. They don't do it anymore. Someone told me that I could pay some Asian guys so they could not get it remotely for me and enjoy the all the. It has a lot of problems. The thing is, has been in Android since the summer, to be honest, because it has a pretty mainstream chipset. It has a pretty mainstream set of sensors and specs, mainly most start made by Bosch. Uh, and yeah, it has a pretty old school feel with this form factor now that everything is edge to edge and notches and whatnot. At least I think that a notch phone, a thin phone would have survived the fall. There's no freaking way. It could have survived 28 freaking miles in the downhill against a rocky floor. Mm-mm, no freaking way. At least the iPhone 11, it seemed pretty nice in the drop tests, unlike the previous generation it was a like a freaking brittle glass. At least it's not that brittle anymore because they did some chemistry and whatnot, and that's the secret for keeping your glass whatever intact for more time is not putting brittle materials in your frames. iPhone 6. Uh, but yeah, or putting like screens that will go if they freaking fall, like the Samsung thing, all the curved screens. I haven't seen them survive like freaking fall. They get black spots all over the place, and it's freaking expensive. At least with this thing, if I break it or something, the back case is just $15 if I wanted to look it new and shiny again. This glass thing is like $10. The screen is like $25. Anything in the inside. It's a really cheap phone. This is like $100 phone for 2020. If you want some school shit, old school, like with spannable memory and all the goodies, latest updates, this is a it's like a say it's a pretty nice option. The detail is that if you really need a rooted phone, this is not really for you. I was struggling lately because with my old phone, the Moto G2, I had a app which is used to to create flash drives in your phone, and with the latest update, you couldn't even flash Windows computers and whatnot, and it would came pretty handy as I was working in a tech field, formatting like points of sale and stuff. Um, my old G2 came really handy, and with this phone, I don't have the root option, and it's a no go, so I have to carry my thumb drive with me all the time, and sometimes if the computer doesn't want to like boot your distro or your OS, whatever, you just could download a new ISO from the internet instead of carrying on a laptop computer and having to create them in a freaking PC environment. And that was pretty handy. That's the only issue with this thing. You have a method to root this phone for free, like that doesn't involve downgrades or doing like shady stuff in a freaking common screen, whatever. Like the old school days, like you get a simple option. Yeah, you wanna use root your phone? Yeah, like whatever. Any Linux distro, you be a super user, and doesn't require you to go to uh, tedious and unnecessary loopholes for because to be real, who's gonna use this thing for doing bad shit like with a rooted phone? Yeah, whatever. whatever, man. It's the same stuff. It's just a freaking tool, whatever. You just use it for whatever you wanna use it. It's like a music. It's like a Kirkland music. What do you want? Sometimes I see my phone like that way, and I don't mean that everyone's meaning their internet or whatever on the social media, which I still use because reasons. Um, uh, it's quite ubiquitous to use the shed because the marketplace stuff and still got a lot of reach. If you have a business, a local business, you have a lot of reach with a stupid shit. And yeah, and that's it. So Nokia, a little bit extended review 2020, 2 years later. It could take a beating. Uh, I don't think it's gonna be updated for from Android 10. There's a root method that involves like summoning the Celsar demons or something. And speaking about demons, I've been working on some custom guitars lately, and I hope I could show you later on some of my music stuff. This kind of represents the duality of man between good and evil. Some thematic with swirl stuff. I really like the patterns and stuff. This is more like for a friend of mine, which is in a heavy metal band, and they're pretty freaking hardcore. They are starting up, so I couldn't show you a link of their stuff with you. Uh, I may be or may not be in the project. I don't know. I don't feel like lately because I'm been working on my own shit, like working on my own stuff. Getting some. I want to build some amps and electronics from scratch, like music electronics, and my goal is more like giving support to musicians and bands creating custom instruments or instrument add-ons, and kind of the paint job thing. It's like kind of related to that. This is mine. This is from my neighbor of mine who didn't even play it anymore and threw it away, and it was all beat up. It didn't have a pickguard. I made a pickguard from scratch by hand, no tools, because I think like using a bandsaw and all the shit is like you need to overcomplicate some simple task, to be honest. And this one is like it's not my creation. There's the author, which you can follow, and I am gonna share his channel in here because he has some stuff on YouTube. He's the artist who created the paint and the illusion, like it's a real skull, like it's a carbonized skull or something dead metal related. I don't really know. And it's like the flow system is gonna look like the teeth of the skull or something. And this is actually my creation, like an illusion, like from a city where everyone uses the machines to reach to something they call heaven. Might be or might not be related to the current technological progress and stuff, and how we've been nascent ourselves with machines. Have you listened like the lately on the like the robotic stuff, like the Boston Dynamics shit? That shit is crazy, man. That shit is batshit crazy, and well, mm, it's kind of like what it's taking us to become the machine or something. And yeah, you get a point. Something music, something art, expressing like the literal things you see in the world through art, and this is it. And that's one of the reasons that I don't see the point of this channel, rather than rambling and talking about my stuff and shit posting and other channels, and even in something like petty and related to this, like and commenting in racing and NASCAR videos and commenting and know what I mean. And some a fucking mortal living in the piece of land in this weak world. which is kind of fun. So I think I'm rambling too much, and I'm gonna leave you here and say goodbye to Mr. Kirlang Music, the Nokia phone. Yeah, I'm gonna put it over a rock because we're gonna rock later on this channel. If you want me to post some music in the future, want to listen to my shit, just like this video, like this stuff, because we need to tweak the algorithm right there, even if the 2 or 3 people that are watching this channel that last through the 15 minutes of my rambling, and those 5 people just like this shit, man, like this shit. And yeah, maybe you didn't even really learning something, but well, who comes to YouTube expecting to learn stuff? Well, you've been watching the Louis Roseman videos, my friend. Oh, son, you bought some equipment. Oh, some Chinese. Oh, it's not Chinese. It's Japanese. Oh my God. And some equipment to do your shit and yeah. Uh, might be modding the and reviewing one of the worst stamps ever, which is a sitting right there, a computer right there. Uh, I've been busy working on other stuff. Might show off lately on do like a AMA whatever questions. What are your questions in the world? What are your questions about the channel? What are your positions that I might never even follow because I don't even care. But yeah. See you later, guys.